are back from Spain. We actually have been for a little bit. We were in Spain over the holidays for both Christmas and New Year's. It was a very cool, very long trip. And now I'm back at the editing chair. I try to edit in the mornings of my work from home days on Monday and Friday. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, but I don't have the footage yet because I took a little bit of a break. So that's what I'm doing here. And yeah, just kind of fucking around otherwise, maybe like doing some planning, uploading. I think I'm going to check in a bit later in the week. This is going to be like another kind of like week in my life. I think I'm going to keep checking in and just kind of talk about what I've been thinking about. I think I was getting very excited when we were in Spain to get back to my normal life because like that's just how vacations go for me. I'm always like, it's like you mess with routine just to like appreciate the routine you had. But I was also excited to turn 30. I'm turning 30 on February 2nd, which is only a couple weeks away. And I was also excited for like the kind of clean slate of the new year and like reflection and like maybe some like light goal setting. So I was doing a little bit of that this weekend, which I was using ChatGPT a little bit to kind of like brainstorm how to do the reflection, you know, like provide like a structure for like how to actually go about that. And I think we got there. I'm still like, I think there's like technically, there's like of course always more reflection to do, but it's, you ever have one of those things where it's like, I really want to do it, but I'm not really sure how to go about it? That's like where I'm at. We got some good reflection in. I think if that's it for the start of the year, that'll be plenty. But it also feels like there's like more to uncover about myself. I found out that I'm just kind of very curious about what is driving some of the kind of motives and instincts I've been recognizing in myself of late. I took like a brief break from the YouTube thing because I wanted to kind of reevaluate. By brief break, I really mean like a few weeks. I wanted to kind of reevaluate like what I'm doing it for, you know, and like how I'm doing it, and if there's anything that kind of needs to change to make it feel like more fulfilling. And I do think I came up with a plan for how to do that. So this video will be a little bit of an experiment in that, but yeah, otherwise I was doing some reflection and I realized that I think I've got a lot of desire for like clarity right now. Like I was thinking about the motives behind some of the things I've been wanting to accomplish of late, or just like some of the things that are like pulling me, like I like things I'm like having an affinity for, and like things that seem kind of satisfying to achieve in terms of like my career, my personal life, like whatever, like the YouTube channel. And I was kind of trying to get to the why, you know, it's like, what about that sounds so great to me? And honestly, I feel like this is kind of strange because it's like a question that's supposed to be an answer. But I feel like a lot of what was coming up when I was doing reflecting was like this desire for clarity. Like a lot of the kind of accomplishments that I was excited about and like motivated to like seek out, when I got into the nitty-gritty of like why, the answer was often like some sort of assurance that like all of the path made sense, you know? So that's like definitely something to chew on because it feels a little bit like hollow. So I guess in that way there's like more reflection to be done because I'm like, what does that even mean? Like that feels like that can be accomplished without like achieving these like more superficial things that I'm setting out to achieve, right? Like a certain amount of like success on YouTube, whatever else. And is it meaningful? And also just like the kind of thing where it's like, it's fine to like want the things that I want, but at the same time, it's like, I do think it runs the risk, especially if it's just like for clarity at the end of the day. It's like, I'm just gonna get to where I think I wanna go and find that the clarity still isn't there. Maybe, I mean, maybe not. Maybe I would kind of reach some, I don't know, like accomplishment or achievement or whatever, and I'd be like, ah, yes, it does all make sense now. But that feels a little bit like I don't know, I feel like it's giving quarter life crisis. I am too old for a quarter life crisis at this point, but I feel like thematically it's a little bit like maybe this is where my quarter life crisis has gone to hide. Anyway, that's a little bit of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna keep chipping away at this video for the next 10 minutes because then I have to go to work. So I've been getting really excited about my birthday party. I'm throwing myself a birthday party, and I guess the theme is retiring from my 20s, but I was like excited about like the decor. I was thinking about, and some of it came, and I feel like it's like one of those nice moments where like your vision is actually kind of like executing the way you thought it would, and that's really nice. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so we've got this like rainbow. I thought this would be a nice backdrop for pictures. I'm gonna hang it like on the mirror that's in here. There. And then I have a disco ball that was very cheap and therefore very fragile. Also gonna hang that right next to this for pictures. And the last thing I got was this. This is a pink sequin tablecloth, which was miraculously only like 10 bucks. But yeah, pretty cute. This is pretty off-brand for me because I'm normally not like a big birthday person, but we haven't had a house party in literally years. And we used to have so much fun with them, but it's just kind of like, I feel like we started to get like nicer furniture and just like too lazy to deal with the consequences of hosting, because it's like you have to clean before, you have to clean after. It's like kind of a lot. But I don't know, just excited to throw myself a birthday party. I didn't want to like bother with like a dinner thing. I was like, yeah, let's cut the crap, just have people drink at our apartment. I like doing that anyway, so that's what it's gonna be. It's interesting though, because it's like I titled it like retiring from my 20s just because like I think it's funny. I have a tendency to make jokes that I think are funny. Maybe other people think they're funny too. That's just like less the focus. But I do think it's kind of interesting, like my attitude about turning 30 and the response it can get from some of my peers. Like I feel like I've like joked for a while about like being a grandma, which I do think like relative to all of the people in my age group, I actually don't think I act much like a grandma. Like we get up to a lot of shit. I'll be like a bit curmudgeonly about it because I like, if we get up to too much stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm tired. But I do think I am a little bit of like a cross between an introvert and an extrovert. Like I just don't fully identify with either one. And even like introverted extroverts, like kind of, but sometimes social interactions like do give me energy. So boundaries is like too loaded of a term at this point, but I quite literally mean just like respecting what I want in a given moment and like not giving into like doing something I don't want to for fear of missing out. So not boundaries against like other people, boundaries with myself. But it's funny the response I get from my peers sometimes, because it's like some peers are like I don't know, they'll seem like upset about it or like uncomfortable with it, where they're like, oh, like you're not that old or whatever, right? Because they're my age. Or like, oh, you don't have to be like that, or just like have some concern with this kind of thing that I've chosen, or this like refusal to like, it's like I don't want to go to work hungover, and like I don't want to, and it's like these things seem obvious to me, but I feel like other people think, I don't know, I don't know, it's interesting. I actually don't fully know, like I'm not them, so I can't know what they're thinking, but it is kind of interesting because it's like, it's kind of that disconnect where it's like when you say something or you make a joke about something and like people almost like take it up as like self-deprecating, but it's like not self-deprecating. I'm not like saying like I'm old like because I'm self-conscious about it. I'm just like kind of making a joke that I want to be like not as socially active or socially drinky or just like whatever else. And it's kind of one of those situations where like I'm just very comfortable and confident in my choice, so it's just kind of like interesting to witness how other people react to it, where it's like other people attribute meaning to like kind of shifting your life circumstances at a certain point in your life because they think, I don't know, it means you're like settling down or just like whatever else. And I think they see it as like an end. And I guess I don't necessarily see it as an end, if that makes sense. Or if it is an end, I'm ready and willing to like allow that to happen. But I guess I don't feel like I'm gonna make like one choice about how I socialize, and then I'm just like stuck with that choice forever. I hope any of this makes sense. Maybe I'll like clarify my thoughts and come back, but anyway, I'm excited for my 30th birthday party, and I'm excited. I mean, I have no restraint, so like I'm telling myself that it's like everyone's gonna leave by 1. We're gonna get a good night's sleep. I'm excited. That's probably not gonna be true. We're probably gonna be up late, but just know that in my dream scenario, I both get to have a birthday party and wake up the next day not feeling like shit. Anyway, this is hurting my arm, so I'm gonna stop recording now.
Before they knew there was going to be a game today.